just to like cover all of my bases. Is that more sensitive or less sensitive? Is that more sensitive or less sensitive? Hello? Oh wait, that's way more sensitive. Okay, there we go. Anyway, sorry. Today, I'm going to be attempting a little bit of a redemption, and then also something that I haven't done before, and that's hand sounds. Now, Melanie, one of my wonderful regular viewers, I apologize, this video is not for you, but I've gotten a couple scattered requests for hand sounds, and this is also getting to a request that I believe Lonica Brand had for me about doing like hand tapping, and then I also had a couple people, like these are scattered comments over the last couple of months, that when I apply lotion to my hands, it is kind of tingly. And I am not a skin sounds kind of guy. I don't watch like those collarbone tapping videos or things like that, but I am nothing if not a man of the people. Therefore, I am here to provide you with some hand sounds. Now, I believe that these are going to be maybe faster than my usual style of ASMR. I say I don't fall into that fast and aggressive style of ASMR because that's just not my kind of thing. It's also not my personality, really. Fast and aggressive is kind of the opposite of what my personality is. I am quite slow and non-confrontational, but I think that's kind of the speed that this will go at, and as we do these hand sounds, as we do these hand sounds, as we do these hand sounds, I am, of course, I would be remiss not to add in a little bit of a ramble, because we know I am nothing if not long-winded. Long-winded. So, that is what is going to be happening tonight, because I have not rambled at you all for a while, at least about just like random things. I know I ramble all the time, but about just like stuff that's going on, you know. I am generally not a very interesting person, but I guess a lot interesting has happened in my life, which is kind of nice. Some stuff which is nice and less so. I mean, what is paramount on my mind is just the whole election thing. I'm Canadian, by the way. We're having a federal election right now, and we're sort of at the still in the beginning phases of the campaign, and all I am hoping for, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, all I am hoping for is that the Liberals get a majority. Oh Lord. Okay, here is best case scenario. Liberals are like 1 or 2 seats away from a majority, and like the 2 deciding votes are either Green or NDP. Because Lord knows I am not calling Pierre fucking Poilievre my next prime minister. I hope to God, and again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I hope to God Liberal support just sustains. I am an NDP voter through and through. I am as orange as they come, but at least with a Liberal, we're not going to be seeing like austerity which is sickening, but whatever. But yeah, I have been poll watching, and I realize that is not the kind of thing that is healthy, but a girl can't help herself. I can't help myself. It's just, oi, that's all I talk about, like, sometimes. But yeah, I'm just hoping that the shitty thing is that I'm in a seat with a dude who has voted. I am currently poorly represented, let's just say that, by a guy who voted against a conversion therapy ban in the Commons, and he makes my blood boil. Every year he sends us about 5 postcards to all his constituents with him, and like fucking Bible verses and his family, and it's just like, get out of my face. All I can hope for is that he loses his seat. That would drive me to prayer. But right now I've got my little NDP lawn sign with my pride flag in it on my lawn, and there's something about that feels exposing. But you know what? I am a tough and proud queer man. So I can take it. I can be the representation that somebody needs to see, that somebody needs to see, that somebody needs to see, that somebody needs to see on the front lawn. And that is kind of getting me to my next thought, is that if you have friends who are queer, if you have friends who are battling HIV/AIDS, if you have friends who are trans, my good Lord, support them. Please, please, please support them all that you can. I have seen so many headlines of all of these corporations dropping out of Pride. And you know what? Good riddance. We didn't need you. And it just shows queer people who allies actually are, and it's not people who see us as a demographic to earn money from. Pride was a riot. Pride was a protest. Pride came out as a response to police brutality. So if you are a person who calls yourself an ally and you are not part of the community, time to put the capital fucking A on it. It is time to stand up very boldly for people. Very, very boldly for people. Because our community is not going anywhere. I was originally really upset. Really upset when I saw, Toronto Pride is losing this corporate sponsor, San Francisco Pride is losing this corporate sponsor, so on and so forth. But as I went on, it was kind of, as I kept reading, I should say, as I read on, it was kind of like this. Well, you know what? Pride never had corporate sponsors until we were a demographic in a, like, profit report. And you know what? We are going to keep our movement alive. We are going to organize. We are going to protect trans people who are a threat to, guess who? Absolutely no one. And I think that it's going to be a really good Pride this year. It's going to be a really good Pride this year. business close to my house, and I am just over the moon happy because I've been rehearsing things that I'm gonna say when I see them next, and this time, the next time that I see them, whenever it happens to be, I really kind of want to just ask them out. Now, the reason why I'm kind of skipping between he and they is because that's the energy we're getting, I think. But I would like, if anybody has any kind of tips for mitigating the anxiety that's behind this, because good Lord, I feel like I have a heart murmur when I am around him. So if anybody has any tips for mitigating that, please let me know, because I would like to see him and not feel as though my life is ending. But that's just kind of been something really nice lately, which is kind of odd how this works out. Like, I find that when the world seems to be having a bad year, I'm having a fantastic year. Like, I am having I had an amazing 2016, and that one everybody fucking hated. I had an amazing 2020, and again everybody hated 2020, and rightfully so on that one. And 2025 is shaping up to be a pretty disastrous year, except in my personal life. What can I say? I guess it's just that sine wave of like me doing good, world does bad. Me doing bad, world does great. I hope I'm alright at these hand sounds. But yeah, I was actually, so this is, I had like a miniature crisis where I thought I was aromantic for a second, because when I was describing how I feel about this guy to my best friend, she was like, Ryan, you have a crush on someone. And I was like, I fucking hated it. I was like, I hate the feeling that this gives to my heart. Like I said, it feels like my chest is caving in. I am anxious all of the time. I'm anxious if I feel as though I breathe wrong around him. And the other thing is that they're very easy to talk to, which is a great sign. But I also worry that I'm being too casual. Like, see, this is the spiral that I go down. But I think I'm just nervous. I don't know if I've said this, but I have been on one official date in my lifetime, and then I guess two dates that I thought were dates, but I misread the situation. Misread the situation in that they were just not into me. But I think that's maybe a fundamentally queer experience sometimes, where it kind of feels like queerness disqualifies you from love sometimes. I think that's what I feel. And I find the fact that I advertise the fact that I'm asexual really puts a damper on it. I'm not one of those who's like, oh, well, you know, the gay male community is just so sex obsessed. I'm not one of those. Although there are valid criticisms hidden in there. But is the reason why I'm feeling maybe as anxious as I do, as apprehensive as I do, and maybe as skeptical as I do, because again, I think it's a very fundamentally queer experience to feel unlovable, and I never thought that I would feel that. But I have found myself feeling that in the last couple of years, where it's just like, well, we hit 26, and there's still nothing. So, it's just an interesting experience to have, and I don't know, maybe I'll look back on it fondly one day, but I am ready for it to be over. I love myself. I am ready to pour that into someone else like I pathologically need it. So, I need you all to wish me luck, and also to send me those mitigating strategies, because holy shit. I've had to drive quite far for work a couple of times this week. Like, we're talking hour and a half each way. And oh my god, the amount that I just run through conversations in my head over and over and over and over and over is, like I say, wild. I am ready to call this person my partner. I am ready to go on a date. I am ready to pour myself into someone the way that I know that I can, you know. It's a fun feeling, but I'm not quite desperate, but you know, there's a little bit of desperation thrown in there for sure. But I'm just excited. I'm just excited. I'm just excited. Also at work today, I broke my thumbnail. It was super painful. So now my nail tapping doesn't sound as nice, so I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of upset about it. Sad, Ryan, but I think I might paint my nails. I think I might finally paint my nails. I actually held off on painting my nails after that one video I made where I asked for suggestions, because my nails were starting to break again a lot. So I think it's just going to be like a every now and again kind of thing, where I'll paint my nails and then let them recover. I know I could use like an undercoat or whatever you call it, or things like that to protect my nails, but it's so much work. I know I'm complaining for nothing, because people do way more than that, but this is coming from a whiner. But yes, so I think I might paint my nails. It's likely going to just be, and they're not easy to reach, but it's likely just going to be that light periwinkle-ish color, if you know what I mean, that light kind of periwinkle color, the periwinkle color that I think it was Melanie who suggested it. I'm gonna have to wash my hands to dry them out a little bit, because they're feeling a little bit greasy, but I know when I first started watching ASMR, I was fascinated with this sound. So, that is a little glimpse into as I'm sure, but I'm just excited for May to get into full swing because I need plants. I need plants back in my life. I need something to take care of. I need something to take care of. I need something to take care of and water and grow and see all the pretty flowers and things. Like I have the desire, I have the ache. It's like baby fever, but for plants. I am dying. I got a pansy and I've got a celosia way earlier than I needed to. But I think the pansy is good outside down to -7, I believe. So I might put that outside because I don't think we're ducking below -5 here very often. But that's Celsius. But I am very excited. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. That's another thing. The person that I'm talking to, they are also as obsessed with plants as I am, it sounds like. So I'm so excited. Like, he said that he has a type constellation monstera, which is, it's kind of hard to see in this one. Can you see that little leaf right there? It's a little bit too dark. That's alright. I'll show it off in another video. I've showed it off in videos before, but he also has a constellation monstera. So maybe a little garden center date. That sounds kind of cute. That's another thing. If anyone has date ideas, like kind of quirky, unique ones. I guess quirky is not the best word, but unique date ideas, because I already have a couple that I've thought up, but I'm not going to start presuming. So any ideas help, I'm sure. Also, I got this shirt at Old Navy, but they accidentally sent me, I think it's a size too big. I think I ordered it because I wanted to use it as a gardening shirt, so I ordered an XL, but they ended up sending me a double XL. So this is my new, like, relaxing at home shirt, and it's so soft. It's so soft. This shirt specifically, and then a pair of pants that I have. It's a pair of dress pants that I've got like this kind of rough, almost bumpy kind of texture, a little bit. They feel good to wear. I'm realizing that I'm much more of a texture person than I thought I was, because there are some shirts that I've just stopped wearing because the texture is not good. I already know that I hate tight clothing, but I think I'm also a texture kind of guy where I'm kind of sensitive to it. very good. I'm also going to keep it in the dark here because none of y'all need to see that. Or want to, I should say. Actually, that also reminds me, I know this is like way deep into the video, but Monica Brand, if you are listening, I am totally comfortable doing like a soft-spoken kind of ASMR video. It is probably something that I need to do because it is an exercise in self-love. It is me telling myself that I love the sound of my voice no matter what, no matter what, no matter what I hear. It's beautiful, and I should accept that about myself. And then while we're talking about it, Ippy cake, if you are here, I believe if I do like a auxiliary social media thing, it will likely be an Instagram. Although, if people in this community want to chat with each other, I might start a Discord, who knows. I would need to get way better being savvy about that kind of thing, but